What's up guys, Chris from AndroidPIT.com. We're here with the Galaxy Note 4 and the brand new kid on the block, the Galaxy S6, just released from Samsung at Mobile World Congress 2015. Now you can see there's obviously big differences in terms of styling here. The Galaxy Note 4, I have to say, I thought was off to a really impressive start in terms of design. I'm not a huge fan of the basic setup of most Samsung phones, being carbon copies or cookie cutters of each other, but I really like what Samsung was doing with the Note 4. It looks really premium, it looks really nice actually. I love this metal trim with the silver lining, and of course you've got the fantastic S Pen on the Note 4 that you won't get on any other line in the Samsung range. But I really like the design of the Note 4. The design of the S6 I'm not as much of a fan of. It's kind of Xperia Z3 meets iPhone 6. It's now a metal edge as well, but it's got a completely different style to the Note 4. We'll just flip it around so you can see the same buttons. So you can see we have a attached volume rocker there with the black edge and the silver lining. Here we have a rounded edge, but there's kind of this little scalloped section that's flat along the sides. If we take a look up top, infrared blasters on both devices, although the headphone port on the S6 has shifted down to the bottom, which you can see there, and again looking very much like an iPhone 6 at the bottom. As I said, of course, you won't get an S Pen on anything other than a Note device in Samsung's lineup. On the other side, of course, power button and the SIM tray, which lives underneath the back panel on the Note 4, because it's removable, as is the battery. Whereas on the S6, it's a non-removable glass cover. So no more removable battery and no micro SD card expansion, which is very unfortunate and will surely annoy a few people out there. In terms of cameras, the S6 has a 16 megapixel camera with optical image stabilization, but so does the Galaxy Note 4. 16 megapixels, optical image stabilization. You can see we've got the same LED flash and finger sensor heart rate monitor combo on the back there. Sorry, that's not a finger sensor at all, I'm getting confused. Finger sensor is in the home button, of course. It's also in the home button on the Note 4. The big difference though is that on the S6 it's a touch-based, whereas on the Note 4 it's a swipe-based one, which in my experience has been a lot better than it was on the S5, but it's still not very good. On the S6, on the other hand, it's fantastic. You simply press the home button and it will then read your print and unlock your device straight away. Now, Touchwiz on both is pretty similar, in all honesty. They're both running the latest version of Android, 5.0.2 or Lollipop. And if we bring down the quick settings, you can see that the S6 has very much followed the lead set by the Note 4. But there are much more subtle differences when we get to the settings. Let's just switch over to Listview. Now you can see that the endless list that goes on and on and on in most Samsung devices has been cut significantly on the S6. Samsung has made a conscious effort to really clean things up in Touchwiz and replace a lot of the kind of obscure pictograms with actual wording. So it's much easier to know what an action will do because it tells you. There's still quite a lot of bloatware on the S6. We've obviously loaded our Note 4 up with more apps than it came with, but there's still quite a lot of Samsung apps on the S6 as well. The batteries, of course, much bigger in the Note 4 and a bit smaller in the S6, but Samsung are claiming some pretty impressive run times for the S6, so we'll bring you more on that in the future, as long as more comparisons from the cameras as well, because the S6 looks really fantastic, but arguably it should post similar results to the Note 4. So that's all for now, guys. Tell us which device you think is worth your money in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel and check out AndroidPIT.com for more on the Galaxy S6 and Galaxy Note 4.